Alright, in this video, we're going to talk about the assignment 4.5, the properties of the trigonometry. So kind of like a review of the 4.4, okay? So in classroom, we mentioned about location. Step 1, I need to see where's my picture, that triangle it is, in what quadrant, by using the saying, all students take calculus to identify where's my picture, okay? Step 2, I'm going to label X, Y, R. And if you're missing any information, you can call out the Pythagorean theorem again to figure out the R radius or the X or the Y. Therefore, step 3, hello, Sokatoba. So make sure, because we already know the X, Y, R, so just simply follow the awesome formula, you will get it. So showtime. Number 13 to 16, still no calculator. So given, okay, activate the ego eye. Given sine is positive, cosine is negative, so this is give us a freedom. Sine is a positive, so we know that all students take calculus. Because sine had to be positive and cosine is negative, that tells us the only quadrant that made this happen will be quadrant 2. So I have my triangle located in quadrant 2. Now, step 2, label my X, Y, and R. So we know that sine by the formula is equal to Y over R and cosine is equal to X over R. So what you see is what you got. So sine is equal to Y over R and cosine is equal to X over R. So what do you see with the awesome eagle eye? You know that my R, which will be my hypotenuse, the radius, right, of the unit circle, my hypotenuse R, it's equal to 3. Perfect. Now, what else do you know about the information? You know that my Y, look at the picture, the Y is a positive. So my Y is equal to 2 square root 2. Perfect. And what do we know about my X value? Seeing is believing. My X value is equal to -1 by using the information given. So what you see is what you got. I know my X, Y, R. Step 2 done. Now happily move on to step 3. Hello, Sokatova. Now in classroom, I said that it's okay for you to verify if you got everything, it's correct. What do you mean? You can check it. So seeing is believing. Sine by the formula, it's equal to, okay, the formula right here, Y equal to R, so what you see is what you got. We got 2 square root 2 over 3. Check, that matched the given. And cosine, and that is equal to my X over R. What you see is what you got, -1 over 3. Check, that is correct. And what do we know about my tangent? My tangent is equal to Y over X. What you see is what you got. You got 2 square root 2 over -1. Can I simplify? Of course, you can say that, so this is just be -2 square root 2. Perfect. So we mentioned about total, you got 6. So the reciprocal tells me sine will be cosecant. So the cosecant will be upside down, flip that. So I got 3 over 2 square root 2. Remember, we say this is correct, but not perfect, because we do not like to see the radical 2 as my denominator. So I need to rationalize that by times square root 2 over square root 2. So after you do that, 3 times square root 2 just be 3 square root 2. Now activate your ego eye. You have a 2 already. Times square root 2 times square root 2 is 2. So what will be my final answer? As you see, we got 3 square root 2 over 4. And that's why we argue in classroom, what is the final perfect answer? Now you got it. 3 square root 2 over 4. Perfect. And what do we say? If you got cosine, the secant is the reciprocal of cosine. So secant is equal to upside down. So I got -3, check. And cotangent is the reciprocal of tangent. Now make sure this is my tangent. So when I upside down, I got -1 over 2 square root 2. This is correct. Now we need to get the perfect final answer. I need to rationalize this, so I need to times square root 2 over square root 2. And when I do the housekeeping, I got negative square root 2 over 4. And that's what we say. We got to make sure the perfect answer. Good, 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 good. So now you see that we got 6 final answer for my trig value, and this is what the awesome formula tells us. Good. All right, practice makes better. 14. Step 1, locate my picture. So seeing is believing. What do we know about my sine? Sine is positive, cosine is negative. What will be my location? So will be the quadrant 2 again. And what do we know about by the formula? Sine is equal to y over r and cosine is equal to x over r. That eagle eye tells me my r value, seeing is believing, that r is equal to 5. From the picture, my y, you know that it's a positive, so the y is equal to 3. And x, as you see here, my x from the picture, it's a negative, so x equal to -4, which makes sense, okay? Here we go, showtime. So sine and cosine already given. I need to continue my 4 missing. So tangent by the formula, it's equal to y over x. Practice makes better. So what you see is what you got. Y, as you see here, is a 3 and my x is -4, so therefore we got this perfect answer. And what will be my cosecant? Cosecant by the formula equal to r over, make sure use your eagle eye. If you say that, so do I need to flip that, or can I just use the formula? It's up to you. You can flip that or you can just use the formula. So cosecant is equal to r over y. So use your picture. What you see is what you got. So my r, it is 5, and my y, it is 3. So believe in yourself. What you see is what you got. And what is my secant? Well, by the formula, that is equal to r over x. So what you see is what you got. So you got 5 over -4. Believe in yourself. You are correct. So the very last one will be cotangent. And cotangent, flip that, will be x over y. What you see is what you got. You got -4 over 3. And that's it. What you see is what you got. Practice makes better. All right, step 1, I need to locate where is my picture. So given sine is negative, cosine is positive. So remember, all students take calculus. Where will be the cosine is positive? That tells me will be my quadrant 4. So this will be my picture, and this will be my nice picture. Now, after you do this, you always need to believe in yourself. Sine is equal to y over r, and cosine is equal to x over r. By your awesome eagle eye, you know that my r is my hypotenuse, my radius of the unit circle, right? So the r, seeing is believing, is equal to 5. Okay, what you see is what you got. You know that based on your picture, your x value is positive. So my x is equal to 2 square root 5. And what you see is what you got. You know that my y value is negative. So y is equal to negative square root 5. What you see is what you got. So once you label x, y, and r, we can just go showtime. So we mentioned about given sine and cosine. We can just go to get my tangent. Do not overthink. Tangent by your formula, it is my y over x. So what you see is what you got. My y is negative square root 5 over, and my x is 2 square root 5. You may say that, oh, how do I do it? Activate your eagle eye. What do you see they have in common? Square root 5 on top, square square root 5 at bottom, they can cancel out. Now, what do I left? When I cancel out, it's called simplify. So I have a negative 1 over 2 as my final answer. And that was the argument we talked about in classroom. You got to use your ego eye, okay? Moving on, what do I know about my cosecant? Now remember the formula cosecant, it is the R. Cosecant is equal to flip that sign, so that will be R over Y. So what you see is what you got. My R, as you can see, it's 5, and my Y value, now believe in yourself, what you see is what you got. It's negative square root 5. We say this is correct, but not perfect. I need to rationalize the denominator by times square root 5 over square root 5. Now in class, we mentioned about 1 at a time. 5 times square root 5, just 5 times square root 5. What else do you see in my denominator? Square root 5 times square root 5 become 5. So I have a negative 5. Now, can I continue to do housekeeping? Of course. What do you see? Top and bottom have the same thing. Will be 5. So what will be my final answer? That will be negative square root 5. And this is the perfect answer for cosecant. Moving on. What do we know about my secant? Now, secant by the formula is equal to R over X. What you see is what you got. R, it is 5, and my X is 2 square root 5. Again, this is correct, but we need to have a perfect answer. We got to rationalize my denominator. I do not want to see the radical 5, so I need to times square root 5 over square root 5. What do we got? Top, top, bottom, bottom. So I got 5 times square root 5 over, now 2 already there. But I do know square root 5 times square root 5 become 5. Oh my gosh, what do I know about? I can do simplify. Top, it has a 5. Bottom has a 5, I can simplify. So now what you see is what you got. My final answer will be square root 5 over 2. And this is my perfect answer. One more to go. What will be my cotangent? So cotangent, remember, is the reciprocal of tangent. So you can just simply say that I'm going to flip that. So the answer will be negative 2. So one more time, we do not need a calculator. And this is awesome. This is fun. What you see, it's what you got. Now you see, not every answer had to be positive. Some is positive, some is negative, okay? So use the picture to guide us through. All right, last one of this chunk. So locate my picture. So given sine is negative, cosine also negative. So all students take calculus. So that tells me my quadrant had to be in the quadrant 3. What you see is what you got. So, by the awesome memory, sine is equal to y over r and cosine equal to x over r. Activate my ego eye. I know my r hypotenuse. Right here, it's equal to 2. Check. What do you see as my x value? X value, seeing is believing, it's negative. So this tells me my x value is negative 1. Seeing is believing. And what do you see at your y value? My y value also negative. What you see is what you got. So negative square root 3. Believe in yourself, okay? So label X, Y, R. I got everything. Now I can just show off by using the formula. So they're giving us sine and cosine. So tangent, as you can see, recite the formula is equal to y over x. What you see is what you got. My y is negative square root 3 and my x is negative 1. Now watch out. Can I continue to do housekeeping? Very good. So negative and negative cancel out. My final answer just be square root 3. Correct. Moving on. what will be my cosecant? Now again, if you say that, oh, cosecant, it is the reciprocal of sine. So therefore, I can simply flip it. Yes, you can do that. Or you can just say that cosecant is equal to r, right? Cosecant is equal to r over y. So what you see is what you got. I know my r is 2 and my y is negative square root 3. Again, this is correct, but not perfect. We need to rationalize that by times square root 3 over square root 3. So my final answer will be 2 times square root 3 over negative 3. And this will be the perfect answer. Moving on, what will be my secant? Secant is equal to r over x. What you see is what you got. So I got 2 over negative 1. So this is what we mentioned about the final answer will be negative 2. Last one, what happened to my cotangent? So the cotangent is equal to x over y. So what you see is what you got. X is negative 1 and y is negative square root 3. Now again, this is correct, but not perfect. Let's go get the perfect answer. So negative and negative cancel out. I also need to do something called rationalize. I do not like to see the square root 3 at the denominator, so I need to simplify this one by times the square root 3 over square root 3. So my final answer will be square root 3 over 3. And yes, indeed, we get every perfect answer. And this is what we mentioned about fun. Good. So make sure we get everything we need. We just need to remind ourselves, practice makes better, and use our awesome ego.